Alrighty, good morning class. How are we doing today? Everyone doing good? I hope so. Hope you're enjoying this snow day. Today we're just going to do a quick review of Article 3 of the Judicial Branch. This is just to get you ready for Wednesday when we come back so you know what's going on. Alright, so we got Article 3. This is the two articles you should know before and the questions. This is just a little review to get you guys going, get you guys knowing what's going on. The history of Article 3, so when making the Constitution, they believed in an independent third government and that it should interpret the laws. What does Article 3 do? It goes over the Supreme Court and inferior courts. It also explains the level of judicial power that these courts have. Section 1, so there's 3 sections in Article 3. So the first section is judicial power and structure. We have vesting clause, judicial independence, and congressional power. So vesting clause is the judicial power in the U.S. They're vested in one Supreme Court and other inferior courts. Judicial independence is judges serve for life, and then congressional powers is Congress can create lower federal courts. So Section 2, jurisdiction and power. So Supreme Court jurisdiction, that means it has original jurisdiction in all cases and disputes in states, public ministers, ambassadors. Supreme Court has the highest level of jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction, the Supreme Court can review cases from other courts, and then it's not written in the Constitution, but judicial review, it can look at the constitutionality of laws. So Section 3, we have treason. So definition, levying war against the U.S. or helping enemies. Punishment, punished by Congress. They need 2 witnesses or a confession. Why independent? Who is going to interpret the laws? So basically, the judicial branch is independent because they don't want bias within the judicial branch. Sorry, they don't want bias within the judicial branch, and this kind of goes away from corruption or taking allegiances or sides from either Democrats or Republicans or whatever side. That was their main goal. So they believed it would have a fair trial. But there are gray areas. Laws are always questioned in court, and these courts decide what sides win and how laws are interpreted. So how should laws be interpreted or applied? There's different ways people look at it, and different ways Supreme Court justices look at it. So we're going to review the lesson real quick. So this is the stuff we went over. Judicial branch interprets the laws. Article 3 establishes the Supreme Court, inferior courts, judges serve for life, judicial review, and then treason. This is just the main stuff you need to know for Wednesday. And then we have our group assignment that we're going to have on Wednesday. So basically you guys are going to be the Supreme Court of the school. You'll be given a paper, and you'll have to either side with or against the student. And the Constitution will be the handbook, so you guys are going to look into the handbook and see what the Constitution or the handbook means for the student. So basically, you're going to see if he's guilty or if he's innocent. So it'll be pretty fun, and we'll see what's going on. So you guys can apply this stuff. So like I said, I'll send this slide out to the Google Classroom. You guys can look at it. I just want you guys to be ready when you come in on Wednesday. I appreciate it. Everyone have a good rest of your day.